Test 1, 2, 3. Oh, nope, that's not. All right. So first we're going to capture. What are we drawing today? I guess we can do some warm-ups. I just want to watch my damn chat. It's a little annoying. I think I'll probably shrink this down a bit. OBS, get out of my way. Alright. Drawing randomly generated characters. And we're gonna get an imaginative. Nope, that's not. Wise no. Nah, not feeling it. Sarcastic satyr. Nah. I already did techie. Short lizard person cowboy. Yeah. Short lizard person cowboy. Let's see if I can get some people in here. also short. Let's do... I'm gonna draw some heads. Move over to my blue. Pull up some lizards for reference. I really wish I could just look at chat. I mean, I don't really need to see... Really, I just want to watch chat for a bit. Have the lizards up over here. Oh, I think it's all, yeah. Some good lizard references. I'm just gonna throw this over here. So why not? That's why not. Really? I just want to look at the Twitch chat. Really, that's like my biggest problem is I just want to look at Twitch chat and not Twitch everything else. Oh, excellent. Back over here, put this up, and just full the screen. Pop out. There we go. Alright, there's the chat. Start over a bit. Alright. Let's just draw a normal person head. Also, let's see if we can pull up some music. We're streaming. Right now, if anybody's watching and I can't see because I got shit covering up the damn chat, I'm gonna pull up some music to listen to. We're gonna listen to some good royalty-free playlist after I make. No, just sign in with Facebook. Yep. check OBS, see if that's working. Alright. Lizards. Short lizard person cowboy. I'm not sure at all how I feel about this music. I got some Zoidberg-esque thing going here, I just realized, but fuck it. That's fine. Actually, like, I'm not feeling this music at all. I'm gonna see if I can find something that's less annoying. Chiptune? Chiptune? What the fuck, me? Chiptune. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, that's far less obnoxious. Okay, maybe a little obnoxious, but whatever. At this point, I'm just talking to the VOD. Maybe. I kind of like that. That's... Oh, nope. Go over there. short, so I kind of want him to have a stumpier head. Let's just go with the regular S man's head. Something fairly humanoid there. Thicker. I'm actually pretty proud of myself that I managed to whip out what looks like a man's head. That easy. Normally I fuck that up somehow. And here it's just oh, nope, that's a neck. That's a real neck. Also, I drew this one at like normal size for some reason. God, it is hot in here. Okay. Okay. There's a few things we do. I'm thinking I'm going to take away his normal ears, because one of my favorite things about the lizard design. No, bad me. Should always have the whole thing in sight. Because I really like... We can still have like what would look like a human ear there. It's end up looking a little bit like, almost like a Kira Toriyama style, like ear holes, but that's like what lizards have. Like, so we're gonna have kind of like a foil flap. A ridge is a good word. That kind of just comes up and over here. Oh, this one should be a lot. Yeah, that looks mostly right. Yeah, this is closer. Like, this is like almost an Argonian style. You know what? Argonian's like not a bad place to be. Like, yeah, those. It looks weird, but he doesn't have eyes, and also it's this really like domed head. I'm actually gonna flatten it out a lot because it'll help with like the short part. Although I'm actually gonna like. I'm gonna snip this because I almost like this is just like an alien, so I'm gonna save that shit for reference. So like, if I ever want to draw an alien, I can just go pull that up and be like, well, look, I almost had an alien there. I don't know if anybody's watching. All I can see is my chat. I should probably pull my thing up somewhere. I also hope my chat is working. I assume it is, but it could just not be. Yay, still just me. I'm live, still. I need my references. Alright. I was gonna round that shit off. It's the lizard person. Move their nose down to like here. Those. do a lot more just like quick, clean lines, because even if they don't go where I want, they still just make everything look nicer. Well, I guess this is why I'm doing it in blue. Normally, I just gave him some mad eyebrows. Damn. Let's see if I can like. Dude, this looks less like I give him like almost like a. It's making me think pilot. Like, I almost wish pilot had been my theme, like some like lizard pilot. Let me get that eyeball eventually. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be this guy. Digital art is easier in some regards. The undo button is the best thing in the world. It's not terrifying at all. Look at that. That's close enough. Now, I should have done these guys on separate layers. Okay. Okay, I like this one. This one looks short. This guy looks like he's gonna be well, you know what? What if I just smash this guy's head? Ah, yeah, it still works. To an extent. Alright, so we're gonna keep that guy over there. Like, even though this one's way cleaner, I'm still, like, really down for this jank design. This is what I'm, like, minus the head frills, I really liked this guy's, like, overall design. Let's do one more. I don't even know that I'm just gonna look at lizards. This one was like started with a normal human head design. This one kind of did, also kind of didn't. Let's do one that's a lot snoutier. This guy's nose is way the fuck down here, but like let's do like almost. I keep trying to. I need to zoom, not scroll. This is almost going to come down to being like similar to like a Dragonborn almost, not like Skyrim Dragonborn, like D&D Dragonborn, where it's just walking lizard people. Does not look like a lizard at all yet, but I swear to God, I'm using a lizard as reference. You just give him these like crazy anime eyes. should not be whistling to the music. It's gonna drive anybody in the VOD insane. How is there all this royalty-free music that's just Nintendo but remixed? Like, I swear to God, this is just this. I'm gonna assume like they just either made a deal with Nintendo or they just like Twitch is just like hoping Nintendo never notices. Lost Woods, that's what this is. I can't remember what song this was. I think. Yep. If I just like yeah, it's very beastie. Like, this is cool design. Like, I think all three of these are like decent, but I think I'm sticking with like my original. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna refine this one a little bit. So I think first thing I'm gonna do. Anybody watching? Oh, somebody's watching. Hi, whoever you are. Watching me refining this drawing I did of Lizardman. In case you're curious how it all works, at some point I made a random character generator. In fact, I can pull it up. Made this. Real simple. And then I just stopped somewhere on it. We got short Lizardman Cowboy is what we got for the day. So that's what we're drawing. I just did developmental sketches, which roughly it means I went through, I drew a handful of different styles for like what I think a Lizardman would look like for references in this Cowboy. Did 3 head designs. This one looks more like an alien. It reminds me a tiny bit of like a Tau, but it's like real messed up features. This one is just too lizard-like. I like this one. This is originally what I had in my head when I did this. This was the roughest drawing because it was kind of my warm-up. I feel like this one works the best with the short character identity. Yeah. It's going to get these big lizardy neck flaps in there. I don't know what those are called on a lizard. On a chicken, you'd call them jowls, or not chicken, a turkey. So right now I'm just going to refine this head a little bit. And I'm going to go through, and I guess I'm going to do a full character sketch. I should stop zooming in so much. I have a really bad habit of zooming in when I shouldn't. especially with people watching, I'm sure it's a little disorienting for you especially, so. This is the second character I've done since I've done this sheet. The first one I streamed, this is the first one I've streamed. The first one I recorded it, but it didn't have any commentary. So I'm planning on maybe keeping these and uploading them. I'm currently a art and games design student, and one thing I would love to develop, and one of the reasons that I'm doing this, is I want to be able to have some practice doing character development. I mean, it's not even really what I want to do as a games artist. I'm primarily a 3D modeler, which maybe I'll stream at some point. But yeah, it's a little rough looking. You know, I just want to be able to diversify that, and just, you know, having the ability to make characters just seems cool. And I also just really want to get better at drawing, especially. I mean, it's a really helpful skill for the pipeline. Keeps your creative juices going. It's not the easiest thing to do. I don't exactly have the best equipment. I'm currently working on a Wacom Intuos, which is their super budget drawing tablet. The one I'm working on, I think I paid $80 for it. I love the damn thing, but it's, you know, it is a budget tablet. It's pretty small. It doesn't have a lot of nice features, like it only has pressure sensitivity. I don't have tilt on it, so I can't really, like, do fancy pen things like that and that. The only thing I can do is change how much pressure I'm using. Maybe speed if the program I'm working with would do it, but honestly I haven't tried. Let's see how that looks. Damn it. Yeah, I'm just going to refine it a little bit from here without my under. I don't even know who's watching at this point. Why are there random dog barks in this music? These are kind of like fake jolly things. Alright, well that's my design. My initial character design, so this is what we're going for the lizard person. Now we're going to open up a new file. Here we're going to draw out his whole body. I'm going to pull up Cowboy references. Or not, well, yeah. I mean, sometimes you think you know something really well, like, what does a cowboy look like? Yeah, and you get it, and there's going to be, like, something real simple you forget. So I'm just gonna, like, oh yeah. So sometimes, yeah, you forget something that makes a genre. All right. So I'm going back to my blue, and actually I forgot. I should make a new layer. I do that occasionally where I draw my backgrounds. All right. So this guy's short, so I think I want him to be like 2, 3, 4 heads tall. Alright. Maybe a little bit more than that. Here's where I want to put his head. His head kinda just turns into a torso. So I'm gonna make this guy kind of broad. chest. Let's make him little. Alright. I wonder if I should look at my lizard references again for these legs. Kind of get some lizardy legs going. Yeah, I don't know if I want him to have like these big. I mean, actually looking at lizard legs, they kind of just look like people legs. So actually it doesn't make that much of a difference. Alright, yeah, that's a short guy. He's like, well, maybe a little bit taller than fantasy dwarf height, or a little bit shorter. He's closer to like a gnome height. Yeah, I think a dwarf I usually would do about 4.5 heads tall, so if he was about that tall, I probably would have made him dwarven. He's real stunty. Alright. Now for his arms. So he's got to have a gun somewhere. Probably gun and cigar. Gun and cigar is probably a good combo. Where do I want his arms? I'm gonna have this arm kind of down by his side. I'm just holding his holding his cigar just kind of down. And it drips. He's gonna be blowing smoke out. Holding his gun up to his side. With my arm here, hold it out just a little bit. Okay, that's his shoulder. His arm there. Elbow. I'm gonna give him these real long, creepy fingers, because he is a lizard. Now, I'm gonna see how good of a gun I can get going without a reference here. Alright, so we should just get... I draw quite a few guns, so I think I should be able to get... Then again, the Peacemaker has such a iconic silhouette to it. It's going to be real hard to get that silhouette just right. Well, I think I'm getting the silhouette close. Alright, so his gun's huge. I'm gonna like go through and scale this shit down, but like I drew it the wrong size, but I think I got the silhouette mostly right. Actually, remove his finger. Although that actually looks more like a Model 29 than a Peacemaker. I wanted a Peacemaker. Yeah. That's where it all went wrong. Alright, I'm gonna come in close. Do that again. I got a reasonable looking gun, just not the gun I wanted. The Peacemaker has this real mean, it's really steep angle to it. Comes right off the hand. There's barely any lip. Then it goes up, in. It's got this huge hook around the bottom. And almost the entire frame is cylinder. Yeah, it's one of the things I didn't. If I thought about it for a minute, I probably would have remembered how little material there is in the frame. Back then, actually, I don't know. Pretty certain the Peacemaker was a black powder pistol. Oh man, I'm forgetting all my gun history. I think it used black powder, and if it did, it would have to have nearly as much material in the frame as a modern revolver, because the pressure difference for black powder versus smokeless is a lot. Smokeless powder builds up a ton of pressure. What the hell is this line? So I still made it pretty big, but also he's kind of a short guy, so it probably doesn't look too silly. I'm going to shrink it down in the final version, but that's a good reference to start. Made it a little long, actually, so I'm going to take just a moment to just push this in. But yeah, that'll do for a Peacemaker. A real quick Peacemaker. Looks really nice, actually, when I zoom out a bit. Still got 2 people watching. Well, myself included. The one fella sticking around. Not in the chat, but I'm chatting with you by chatting with myself. Alright, let's go look at Cowboys. Alright, I should do a rough outline of his head. I could just copy-paste the same fucking head in, but no, I want him in a different pose. Pull the head I drew for him out here for reference. Do a real quick mock-up of his head, and then I'm going to go through in a different color and do some mock-ups on his clothes. I'm still not the most confident drawer. I mean, this is very, very rough, obviously. I mean, look at this. But I tend to do 3 passes when I do a piece of art. Alright, so we have a big circle here. That's one head. Our shoulder there. Move one chunk of meat that goes up in there. He's going to be looking this way. Here's like kind of his head ridges. Got one in there. Trying to make the best I'm gonna do for like a mostly closed lip, just enough to blow some smoke through. do. Alright, we're gonna give him a nice, there's our center line. Probably about where our waist is. He gets a coat, or not really a coat, but a vest. That's the word I'm looking for. Vest that opens up, wraps up around there, though I'm not too worried about it because I already know most of that's not going to be seen. I'm also going to throw a shawl on the dude, so a few little buttons. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit more. Really see what I'm doing. Get some real big, thick boots. Okay, I just kind of drew these big and boot-like to begin with. Alright, look, some cowboy boots. They got the... I should know what cowboy boots look like. I lived in Texas. I had a girlfriend back in Texas. Occasionally wore a pair of cowboy boots. They were bad weather shoes. I made fun of her for it. You know, most of us living there in Texas love to make fun of the older generation of Texans. You know, there's a good. Then again, even those who made fun of the older generation tend to fall into Texasisms. You know, we wore big fucking boots. A lot of them drove trucks, and you know. All right, let's see. I think maybe we can get a. That's so tiny. Oh no, that's about right. About the right size for the gun I gave him. Right, I thought it looked tiny, but holsters tend to be small compared to the guns. Assuming this isn't one of those holsters where the barrel drops out the bottom. Give him, I don't know, another little bag or something. Probably just his bag of weed. Weed, tobacco, whatever. It's probably just weed. She should have some sort of undershirt on. What kind of undershirt, though? Yeah, collared undershirt. That makes sense to me. Have one of these funny looking ties that aren't really ties, so he has a collared shirt on that wraps around his big fat lizard neck. But then I'm gonna throw a. Oh, he's got these cuffs too. I'll throw a big shawl on the dude. I mean, yeah, he's cold-blooded. I didn't even think about that. It makes perfect sense he'd be wearing a shawl. Then again, I guess blankets don't help cold-blooded creatures much, because blankets are trapping your own body heat. Damn, or maybe they do. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. Wearing a shawl do anything for a critter like him? Yeah, I guess it protect you from the cold itself, but like. Of course, we gotta get him a big old. Look at all those head ridges I made. Just anybody who's a fan of John Wayne probably has noticed where I pulled a lot of the inspiration for his outfit from. For me, that image is just what I think of when I think of Cowboy. It's just, John Wayne. I don't even know what the movie is. I've just seen that picture so many times. It may be The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I don't know. Alright, well, there we go. I'm actually going to scale both the images I made way up in a full-sized image when we're done. Scale up his little outfit here. Alright, well, now let's go ahead and mark everything down. Alright, I'm going to start from the bottom. Actually make these a little bit pointier. Or cowboy boots. How do you make them pointier? Just starting from... I assume that's... Something I really like about when I get to draw clothes, sometimes I can just, wow, let lines fall where they land, and just blame it on the cloth. That was cloth tends to not be the most consistent of material. So, you know, most part, you can kind of, as long as it looks like it's not defying gravity. I get a little. Kinda. Oh, I should probably add pant loops. I thought I was forgetting something. You can wear a belt without pant loops. Just it's got to be a lot tighter there. I'll also have that bugger. Let's try this like big ass crotch line. I don't know what chiptune this is. Why do I say chiptune? Chiptune. But I got real sick and fucking tired of it. I gotta look up. Now I'm gonna save those hands for last because I just wanna. Or I completely neglected this other boot. I'm just hopping all around. wonder if this counts as me watching myself. Now we gotta go look at spider fingers. Not spider fingers. On my chiptune stop. Song's called Roy G. Biv. Alright. Lizard fingers. Not figures. Oh man. Weird looking. Alright, so we got... Alright. Luckily for these, I can still just kind of do... I just really don't have a thumb. But I guess it's the Lizardman, so you should have something akin to a thumb going on. Yeah, I also think it's very likely that Twitch is counting me as having my own stream up as me watching myself. Do you think I would just check it, like, accounts first? I'm being like, hey, you are on. One thing I didn't need practice drawing was more guns. That is one thing I'm pretty excellent at doing. Well, maybe not. Still takes me time, but I can draw a real nice looking gun if I have to. That's not what I meant to do, but... Damn it. A lot of people think that's where the bullet goes. Actually, that's just a cutout to lighten the cylinder to make it easier to spin and reduce the overall weight of the firearm. Nope, I don't think single action armies had sight. I think they just had a groove. Nope, that was alright, because that's where the... that barrel just a little bit too wide. Should be some knurling on this. Yeah, there should be some knurling across these fingers. Oh yeah, that immediately made it go from like just fat fingers, so big old lizard fingers. I'm digging whatever music this is. I have no clue what it is, but I should look. Man, that hand is tiny. Yeah, all I have to do. This might be my favorite part about doing digital art. Is that if you're happy with how you drew something, but you just drew it too small. Not that I'm super happy with this hand. I mean, yeah, it does look much better scaled up, but like, still, it's a little jank looking. That don't look like a cigar at all. It looks like he's pouring out a pepper shaker. Oh, I should put it between his fingers, obviously. Exaggerated a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And the line work's not great some places. It's way too thin. Let's pop back out and let's see what that looks like now. Better. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want this guy to shoot at me. I don't want to fight this guy. Big mean looking. I might detail his cowl and boots just a little bit. That's a point of cowboy boots that I forgot. They do, well, I kind of did it. It's just on a really short scale, but, here. Add a heel to them. You add this thing. Whatever this thing is. Usually, yeah, they have that weird cutoff before you hit the toes. Yeah, already those look a lot more cowboy to me. They don't do that weird. Yeah, I think I just need to like. Not doing that thing where the toe comes off the ground, but like. I'll be honest, I don't know how I would do that effect. And I don't want to sit here for an hour and try to figure that all out. Oh yeah, I might just go through this and do some like nice dark, like maybe not color it, but do some like real deep, heavy line shading. That might be fun. Just thicken up the lines in certain places. The side of the sun is over in one direction. Yeah, let's do some nice big old line shading. Actually, no. This is a... It's also just forcing me to have to go over absolutely everything one more time and find and fix little messed up lines. I'm gonna have to pull out in just a moment so I can see how this all looks. So one thing you should always do, and this is a reason why you shouldn't be zoomed as often as I am. This is a feature I definitely overuse. It's hard to see the whole thing. And you know, you could be something that looks up close, looks really nice, but from far away, when you take the thing as in a whole, it makes this really weird effect. And I overdo that a lot. So I should really zoom less. But I also have... There's the downside to I'm not using a particularly great... I mean, I love the damn thing for its price. It's amazing what it does. The Intuos is worth buying if you've never had a graphics tablet before. Like, if you really want to get a graphics tablet, but, can't afford, a nice, good, high-end one, or just a nice high-end one, I would purchase the Intuos. It's so... For its price, I don't think anything's going to beat it. In fact, I don't even know if there's anything available in the same price range. Other than, like, second-hand stuff, maybe. But, yeah. The thing about it is it's a very small device. I think it's 8 inches across. But, it's... A lot of people who do work like this professionally are working on a graphics tablet called a Cintiq, which is like I think they're like, a standard one is like 14 or 16 inches, and it's a graphics tablet that's also a monitor, so you can draw with it just like you had a normal pad of paper, except it's all digital. So I really wish I had one of those, but even like an older secondhand model Cintiq, they're just gonna run you like at least $1,000. Actually, I haven't looked at secondhand models, but like a new good Cintiq. And I guess there's not bad Cintiqs, because that's just the brand name of Wacom. Visual graphics tablet. They can cost like $3,000. And then like a pen alone for a Cintiq is a few $100, or like $80 at least. So that's I'd like to think I'm doing a lot for somebody with not a lot of skill. I mean, I think I'm certainly not the worst, but like I'm not. Like I said, drawing is my secondary ability. Primarily, I do 3D modeling. Okay, so how's that looking? Good. I think it looks pretty nice. I almost wish I'd done the cell shading on a different layer and not on my... It's not cell shading. Well, kind of is. On a different layer, so I could have turned it on and off. Or just saved a snap of it. But, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. These pants definitely look like they were still needing some work. Especially on this side. Well, I spent all that time trying to get a chat up so I could watch it. You know, chat along maybe. Not a dang soul in the world. I guess it is E3 weekend. Why am I doing this on E3? Well, no, it's fucking Thursday. E3 should have been like a week ago. E3 should be over. Honestly, I'm heavily in the gaming industry. It's my major. It's something I care deeply about, but I hate E3. There's a couple of reasons. One, it's just watching EA, Microsoft, Sony, Bethesda have a giant pissing Nintendo have a giant pissing contest. You know, and it's so full of lies, and it's, you know, like fake hired audiences to vote for, to scream for things that are not pro-consumer, like, you know, exclusives. Exclusives are not for the consumer's sake. They're for the company, and like companies have convinced you that like exclusives are good for you. They're not. Why does it hurt you if a game comes out on the other console? That, you know, if it comes out on both consoles, who cares? And half the time exclusives do hurt you because they're going to be on the console you don't own. Like, so they've convinced people to cheer for exclusives, and if they know people won't cheer for their exclusives, they hire an audience to cheer for it, and then other people feel obligated to cheer for exclusives. And I hate E3. Oh, and the other thing is, it brings so many people out of the freaking woodworks. Like, especially like people who are not typically gamers. They jump out of nowhere and they, you know, they throw their 2 cents in about what is and isn't good, and it's like you get it, you enjoy a video game from time to time, but like half the time they don't know what they're talking about. They'll be like attacking something because it's not exactly the game they wanted. Like, if a company releases something new and innovative, but it's not in the series of like a more casual gamer wants, they'll just they don't even look at that game. They just will like shit on it and go like, eh. Like, I'm sure fuck. I've just avoided looking at stuff, but I bet you there are people who are like, where's the next Elder Scrolls? And then yelling about, like, Wolfenstein. First, they don't even know things like, first of all, that's two different development houses. Bethesda's just a publisher for id Software. It makes no difference, and yet they're gonna sit there and complain. You know, and then there's like the Bethesda thing where people are crying and screaming and having giant fits about Bethesda's new creator club, and in some ways I can get it, because yeah, when paid mods came out a few years ago, it was not done very well. Like, I initially was supportive and then immediately changed my mind because it was like, oh no, the way they put it out there, you know, it was people stealing content from mod sites and putting it up for sale, and, you know, modders taking their stuff down, and it was bad. It was bad for everybody, you know, and it just didn't work very well. Half the stuff was broken and didn't work for the versions of games. It was bad. But now Bethesda's like, okay, so they stopped that, they took it down, they apologized. Now they're like, okay, so we're only gonna do what we're gonna curate. So they're gonna handpick, you know, well-known modders to put out content for them, and they're not allowed to use things they already made. So yeah, that person might not make a new free mod for you, but also that person may not have made a mod regardless, because a lot of these people make mods for free in their free time, and a lot of them they have real shit they have to do. So now Bethesda's like, hey, if you want to keep making mods, you can do it in a way that'll make you money, so you can keep doing it. So I am willing to imagine almost any mod that goes up on that service would not have existed without it. So I think people who are fighting against it are just entitled pricks who don't want to have to pay for new content. Oh, and, you know, there's a lot of people going, why is Bethesda making money off of other people's work and mods? It's like, well, because those mods are all based on Bethesda's game. They're entitled to have some of that money. If somebody's going to make money off a mod, and Bethesda's entitled to some of it. Well, I think that's the stream. Alright, last stream. Pull up OBS and turn everything down. Alright, bye everybody.